Hello, welcome to WireMock Cloud Academy. When both API consuming and producing teams are developing in parallel, changes to the API contract must be kept in sync for both teams. WireMock Cloud offers Git-based bidirectional synchronization of the OpenAPI contract. OpenAPI specifications created using mock-first API prototyping to be pushed into source code control, changes to the OpenAPI contract and source code control to be pulled back into WireMock Cloud, mock API stubs to be updated automatically based on changes to the OpenAPI specification and source code control, and mock API requests and responses to be validated against the most recent version of the OpenAPI contract. Today, I will demonstrate how to configure and use WireMock Cloud's OpenAPI Git Sync feature. This API has been rapidly prototyped to include 2 POST transactions and 2 GET transactions. We can come over to the OpenAPI link on the left-hand side navigation, scroll down to the bottom, and find the Synchronize with Git repository section. Here we'll enable synchronization, and then we'll need to supply some information about our repository. The repository we'll be using is this one in my personal GitHub account. We can find the SSH endpoint in the code section. We'll copy that to the clipboard and use that in our Git address. I'll keep this as the Git branch of main, and we'll choose a path to the OpenAPI document in the home or base directory. We need to copy the public key. We'll use this handy link here, and come back over to our Git project. Here we'll choose Settings, come down to Deploy Keys, and create a new deploy key. We'll give it a title, WireMock Cloud Sync, paste that value into the key box, and make sure we enable write access. I'll add the key and verify my 2-factor authentication. Once that's done, we can go back over to WireMock Cloud. We'll hit the test connection button to verify that we've configured everything successfully. Once this has been verified, we can hit save. We're now able to go back over to our OpenAPI document, scroll down to the bottom, and notice that we have push and pull buttons now enabled. We'll choose to push this OpenAPI contract into our Git repository. I simply click the push button and wait for confirmation. We can see that that has happened successfully. Now I can come back over to GitHub and come over to our code section and see that we now have our openapi.yaml file checked in to our project. We can open this and see it is exactly as it was inside of WireMock Cloud. We can now edit this. We change the organization response type to be an integer with an example of 1. We can commit those changes as if we are the producing team. Now back over in WireMock Cloud, we'll notice that that value is still set as a string organization string marketing. However, if we perform a pull from GitHub, we should see that update in a moment. With the successful pull, we now see that our organization has been synced with what was inside of GitHub as type integer and example 1. As you've just seen, WireMock Cloud's OpenAPI Git Sync feature allows you to quickly and easily keep your source code controlled OpenAPI contract, mock API stubs, and API validation completely aligned. Try it yourself with a free forever account at wiremock.io.